Hey folks, today we are taking a look at FansProject Assulter. This is the third figure in the Warbot toy line, and as you can see, it is the Assulter figure that we've been seeing for a while. Now this is a very interesting figure in the paint job, just the transformation, and the overall look of the figure is quite nice. I really do like this figure. It looks really good. The plastic is impeccable quality. The build quality is amazing. Overall, the robot mode looks good, even if the back looks a little bit busy. So let's go ahead and get him off of the turntable here and take a look at the figure. The overall paint scheme of the figure is really interesting, especially when you've got the gray and the red and the white of the helmet, and then all of a sudden you have red legs with orange and blue. Little interesting, but the blue is the same color that appears on the guns, or I should say the weapons, and on the cockpit here in his chest. Now the weapons themselves are can either be blasters, or you pull the blue part out and flip it around the stock, and you have this kind of tomahawk thing going, which I have here on his other hand, on his left hand. It's a very nice addition to just having blasters. I quite like that. Now you can store these on the back of the figure. Specifically, you store them right here on his butt, and they do snap into place, but I'm just not going to do that right now. But they can be stored right there on his butt, or you can, I have seen it where they are able to store it on these back legs. I don't do that. I prefer to have it right here on the back of his keister. So let's go ahead and take the weapons off and put them off to the side and show you guys the posability. The posability of the figure is really, really good. So his head is on a ball joint and it does move. Shoulders are on a swivel and they have another swivel for in and out movement. Then there's a swivel right underneath the shoulder. The elbow bends almost 90 degrees. And then the fists are on ball joints. There is some torso articulation, but to do that you have to spin this piece around on his back, and then you have torso articulation, but that's more part of the transformation than anything else. So I just don't have him having torso articulation in robot mode. Legs are on extended ratchet joints, and they can move in and out, forward and back. Then there's a ratchet swivel underneath that. Then there is a knee joint that bends just about 90 degrees, and then the feet are on limited ball joints, but you can pose them quite nicely. Now his face is really nice. I actually like it a lot, but he also has this mask, and then you can open up the mask for this battle face, or maybe his true face. And with his true face, he kind of looks like an American Indian robot. I know that's really strange, but the red and then the coloring here on the legs, and the fact that he has tomahawks, or reverse tomahawks, I think FansProject made sort of a Indian robot. Either that or that's just the colors of Broadside, which I'm actually going for the fact that he's just the colors of Broadside. You know, the G1 character Broadside. This figure is a triple changer, and he has 3 different modes. The first mode we will do right now, and that is the carrier mode. And it is a little weird, so bear with me, as the carrier, I wouldn't really call it a carrier so much as just a thing that flies. So to start with, what we're going to do is take the fists and rotate them around. I can never remember how they go in. Ah, there we go. So, actually, shoot, got it stuck. So rotate it so that the gray part is pointing up and fold it in. Or I should say the gray part is pointing out. And then take the arms and point them off to the side like that. And then take the shoulders, slide them up. And you can join them or you cannot, that's fine. I prefer to try and join them. And you slide up these bits. Now, the shoulders on my figure do not want to stay together, so just bear with that in mind. Take this little white piece, this is actually the command bridge, and fold that forward. And then what we're going to do is take the feet and fold them together, and then fold them up. So fold them together, fold them up like that. And just take the rear of the sides of the legs and fold out the fins like this. And then what we're going to do is take the arms, and you have to pull the arms out a little bit. So I'll do that again over here. Pull that down and out, and that actually will slide up into the body. It doesn't like to slide smoothly, so you just kind of have to fiddle with it to get it. And that will pull the shoulders apart, which they are supposed to be pulled apart. Next, flip out these sections along the arms, flip them out and around, and then fold them down. And just for time's sake, they will peg into the legs, but I'm not going to do that just for time's sake. So do that, flip that around like that. And then last but not least, take the guns, and they will actually peg in to up here in the front of the thingies. Push that, snap it out, and then the guns are supposed to peg up here, but I can never quite get it right. Ah, there, that's why. So let's see, just got to get it lined up. There is a peg here that will slide into the gun, and it doesn't always work because I wasn't supposed to slide those up. Here we have carrier mode. I like the carrier mode. I think it's interesting. Now in the comic it's shown as mass shifting, and the other thing you can do in this mode is you can actually collapse the legs and bring them closer to the body. I just didn't do that. But I think the carrier mode works. I think it's an interesting mode. Is it perfect? No. Is it cool? Yes. So I've returned him pretty much to robot mode. There really wasn't much work involved in doing that. So what we're going to do now is get him into his jet mode. And this part of the transformation is vastly more complex. To start, we will fold the shoulders up, and this is where we will join the shoulders. I was getting the two modes confused. And like I said, the shoulders on my figure just do not want to stay together, but I just get them as close as they'll go. Then take the arms and just kind of leave them out to the side like that. Next, we're going to take the command part and flip it around, and then once we do that, we'll take his entire back and fold his entire back out like this. And then we will turn the entire figure around like this. The next thing we are going to do is take this top section, fold it down, and then swivel it around completely like that. Once we do that, we can then fold this whole front nose cone section up and snap it into place. And when we do that, we're going to bring the entirety of the rear legs, which I twisted around before, which you're not supposed to do, up into the body. So to do that, I will open it up to allow some clearance. Just kind of shove it up in there. That up into place. Turn the legs that way. Then fold that up, snap it into place, and flip down the nose cone. Now you see underneath here, we've got room for the canopy to go, and then what we'll do up top is push these pieces down, and they should snap into place, covering the robot's face. Then we will... Oh, that's right. I have to turn those around. Sorry, forgot about that. Next, we will fold the leg sections back. And I don't think I have the legs right. Okay, there we go. So we fold the leg sections back, pull the feet out, and then we can flip open the wings. We just gotta this is the part that I don't like. You have to kind of just force things to go into place. And sometimes it does want to go, sometimes it doesn't. You just kind of have to start fiddling around with it and letting things slide and snap into place. And like I said, sometimes it'll go, sometimes it won't. Sometimes like that side, it'll work just fine. So now we got the wings deployed and that's set up. We will fold the feet out and peg them into the arms. So what I did was I just folded that out, peg that in, and then lift these rear sections up to be the wings, and push them back into the body. Just get everything lined up so that it looks right. And here we have his plane mode. Now one cool thing is he does have landing gears. He's got landing gears here on the back. And then this central piece is supposed to be a landing gear. You see that molded in there? So he's got landing gears. The last bit of the transformation into jet mode involves the guns, which you actually snap into place as wings. So come over here, find the little connector, and peg it in like that. And do the same over here. Just getting it lined up is kind of a pain. Come on. There we go. And as a bonus, you can fold out those bits as like little jet trails coming off the wings. So here we have him in jet mode. Now this is definitely the most complex of, I think, all the FP units in transformation, and it works really well. This is a really good figure. It is a little bit on the expensive side, but I think it's money well spent. This is a great third-party figure, and it's a lot of fun. So if you could get a hold of him, I would definitely pick this guy up.